What's up, Wolfpack fam? Hope everyone is doing well. Continuing our Robot Wars journey. This is going to be Heat M from Series 3. Let's get it.
So far through to the Robot Wars semi-finals, a dirty dozen with clippers and flippers. We've had damage and destruction, weird wheelies, grisly designs, plenty of bumping and barging, savage demolition. We've had speed and thrust, old champions back, and once again, let's get on track. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man who wrote all R2-D2's jokes, Craig Charles.
Imagine it's ancient Rome. It's a Sunday afternoon. You've washed your chariot, you've ironed your togas, and now you're off down the amphitheatre to watch grown men get butchered. OK, so the ancient Romans enjoyed some pretty barbaric entertainment. But back then, it was just like the footy. Only Roman gladiators never advertised shampoo, even if all that was left of them was their head and shoulders. And I suppose it's a bit like Robot Wars. Although our gladiators don't wear skirts, they wear titanium-plated body armour. And they don't fight for honour either. They fight for a place in our series semi-finals. Yes, it may be savage, but it's still drawing in the crowds. Philippa, who's getting thrown to the lions this week?
Yeah, welcome to the pits. We're fast realising why it is called the pits, because here are some familiar faces to you. What have you got to say to us, guys? Do you remember them from last time?
1, 2, 3.
We are the crew when we're here to tell you we're going to bash them. We're going to trash them. In the wars, you know we're going to thrash them.
The forecast bad.
You better get running. It's going to be tough. There's a plunderstorm coming.
OK, so that's what they're aiming for in this heat. Oh, I'm just aiming to have my ears fixed. This is you.
The best, rap album you've never heard of, debut and shit right there.
It runs on, remember Get Busy with the Fizzy? That's what their weapons run on. It's fantastic. They've got a thing, and they're going to inflict loads of damage. And it's Scatter's Revenge, who claim that they have the most extreme motors. Motors, am I right? Yeah. Most extreme motors we've ever seen yet on Robot Wars. Oh. They have to prove it, though. That's the thing. The moment you've all been waiting for. This is the new revamped Cassius 2 with the new revamped team. They're an amalgamation now. Rex, I don't know. Where's Rex gone? He's just disappeared. Typical, he's off everywhere. It's got the flipper, as before, and it's also got a secret weapon in there. Wait until you see that. That's very
nice.
Exciting. This is Pussycat. Ah, but she's not nice, is she?
No, she's more of a slicer than a nicer.
A slicer than a nicer. She flips down and then gets the willing victim with a circular saw. And then this is Hammerhead. Nothing to do with the shark, but just as lethal as the shark might be. If sharks were always lethal, but they're not. They're very nervous creatures, actually. Before I start on that, they've got a hammer and a spike and a scooper. So you're very confident, aren't you? Quietly. And look at this. This is Dundee, as in crocodile. Dundee, tell me about what this does.
The teeth pulls the victim in, the mouth comes down, and the disc cutter chops them in half.
And gnashes them to death. The victim. The victim is gnashed to death.
Gnashed to death.
So there's loads of violence in this heat. Yeah.
I had one of those gator golf games growing up. That shit looks like that. Sometimes I know they're pressed for time because it's more about the bounce and stuff, but when she's going around, it's so quick that it's like, I don't even know what she's saying because it's just so quick. I can't even see the robot half the time. That's one of the things that I wish was like a little bit slower, but it is what it is.
So, Philippa, sharks are nervy, are you sure? Hammerhead's jaws against the Pussycat's claws. That's how the battle board begins. Rex Garrard, Roboteer Legend with Cassius 2 against Crocodile Dundee. The Plunderstorm Rappers against Lobster Thermidor. Zeus with their thing against the extremely mean Scatter's Revenge team.
I'd say don't try this at home. But who's got a high-tech arena with a flame pit in their living room? Not me. Let the wars begin.
Okay.
From Barnstable, Hammerhead.
The name comes from the interchangeable axe hammerhead weapon powered by a car starter motor. This is quick, well protected by 3mm alloy with steel bracing. Could this be a hammerhead shark?
Hi, I'm Mike. It's my brother Paul. And here's our robot Hammerhead.
I like it.
We've got twin electric motors, four-wheel drive, and also scoop to scoop our opposition up, and then we'll aim to finish them with a hammer.
From Gloucester, Pussycat.
A diamond saw gives this pussycat some bite. A plastic body shell could be a problem if they're thrown to the dogs of war. Cost £1,000 to build over 2 months. And they're back from the previous series when they had body hammer. And there you can see the changes from last year. No wheels on body hammer. Speed controls will be virtually the same. There was a flail weapon and a circular saw, but manoeuvrability was a problem. It got stuck in the gauntlet, and out came Killalot to finish it off. Much more manoeuvrable this time around, and they'll be hoping for better things.
It's our robot Pussycat, and I'm Robin, that's David, and there's Robert. It's quite an unusual design, as you can see, because it's got an aluminium body, some polycarbonate, 4 wheels, 1 diamond-coated saw. The idea is that the whole thing flips over. It can flip either way, and it just keeps going, hoping to do quite a lot of damage.
Robotic.
I'm going to go with Hammerhead because it reminds me of Mario Kart. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm going with it. Let's go with Hammerhead, but don't matter. The real one that I want to see is Cassius. That's the one I'm excited for.
Is standby.
Hammerhead, a speed machine up to 14 miles an hour. Brothers Paul and Mike Brent want to be racing car drivers. And Pussycat, with Robin Herrick, the captain there in the middle.
Activate.
Go!
A strange-looking Pussycat. Now there you can see rolling forward to bring the circular saw into play. And the circular saw immediately attacking the side of Hammerhead, which looks ponderous at the moment. Sparks begin to fly. They're in the Pussycat controls, they're purring. And again, the cat here, using not talons and claws, but the circular saw, but the Hammerhead great hammer came down. And again, quite a wise tactic. Let's attack the arena floor, boys.
Wow.
No, it's not the idea. You attack the other robot and the house robots, not the arena floor. And now they're stuck.
Wow.
And the Pussycat team could come in here and wreak havoc. Pushing and shoving and bumping Hammerhead. Hammerhead digs in. Traction on the arena floor. It's Pussycat doing all the pushing, all the attacking. Ooh, meow! Ooh. Meow! You could be in pain, Hammerhead, if you go into that pit! And into the pit goes the shark!
Holy shit, real quick before this guy talks, that is one of the most impressive robots that we have seen. Pussycat, the Transformer robot there. That shit is cool. Stand corrected. This is a really cool robot right here. Wow.
Hammerhead plunges to the depths!
Good job.
Well, there's pause for thought. Pussycat wins.
Great job. Definitely impressive.
We had a bit of a hammer problem.
But your robot's called Hammerhead. You're meant to make sure you don't have any hammer problems.
Yeah, well, it was unforeseen. We haven't had enough practice on other robots, you see.
I think the set wood was too soft. I think that's the excuse.
We were smashing the setup, I think.
The set wood was too soft.
Yeah.
We had a problem with our hammer. It was unforeseen. We didn't have enough
We nearly
practice.
ripped your set to bits. We scored it all up.
Oh, another one.
Well,
Another
because we were
excuse.
dragging, you see. We were dragging the hammer
was
behind
dug in
us.
the ground.
I'm kind of waiting for 2 words. We lost. Yes, thank you very much. I don't want the excuses, I just want the 2 words.
It was a pretty good show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Come in.
No small part to our driver, thanks to our driver.
Well, it was pretty stunning. It used all the implements that it had. It did everything that you wanted it to do.
It did better than I thought.
It did better than you thought?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fantastic. Congratulations. You're a little bit shocked, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can tell. Yeah. Go and relax, but do get ready for the next bout. Pussycat performed fantastically well.
That could be one of the more impressive ones that we have seen in a while.
Hang on, Hammerhead didn't have enough practice against other robots. What were they practicing against? Pussycat go through. Next up, Cassius 2 against Dundee.
Let's go.
From Suffolk, Cassius 2.
The long-awaited appearance of the runner-up from the last series, Cassius and Rex Gower, the flip-up paddle and CO2-powered rear spike the weapons. Motors from lawnmowers. Can this cut the rest down to size? And what innovations, what surprises this time around? Because in the last wars, Cassius stunned us all. The first ever appearance of a SREMEC, a self-riding mechanism. Cassius 2, the favourite to win the wars because of agility and ability like that. fantastic roly-poly style, but then met panic attack in the final. And were beaten.
My name's Rex Garrett, and this is my crew, Mick Cutter, Simon West, and this is my robot, Cassius 2. It's much faster, much lighter, got a more effective weapon at the back, which is a ram which protrudes about 3/4 of a metre. The enormous power, should be quite a lethal weapon. And of course it still does its famous flip, and it has air suspension. And that's about it.
From Bristol, Dundee.
Drive chains from a car, teeth chains from a hospital hoist. The mainframe's a physio's couch. The bodywork comes from freezers. They plundered everything from here to Dundee. Enough to drive anyone loco, and that's how they appeared in the last wars. And would you believe it? They were drawn against Cassius then. They're against Cassius 2 now. And that's not lucky for them. Rolled up and over. Going loco, but not in Acapulco. On the arena floor. And it wasn't the locomotion too long.
My name's Eric Mannion. I'm part of the Dundee team with Richard Mannion, my son, and Charles Humphreys, his friend. Built mainly of scrap material. Probably has taken us about 3 months to build. The idea of the teeth is to actually draw the opponent into the disc cutter. The disc cutter is actually mounted on the top part of the jaw, which also lifts and lowers, which should be able to tip an opponent or push them over.
Well, it could be as good as that kind of like pit bull dog one that we've seen before. I definitely can't help but think about Crocodile Dundee movie. I'm definitely going to go with Cassius. He was one of my favorite robots. So it's hard for me to go against that, but, you know, we'll see how the Croc does, Mr. Dundee does.
Is stand by.
Another change for Cassius 2 this time around. Mick Cutter there on the right was with the Chaos team in the last series. And there's Dundee.
3,
with
2,
Dad Eric Mannion,
1.
Richard his son, and Charles Humphreys. And it's the Croc that comes rocking out of the starting traps first. Cassius using the big flipper. Ooh, and immediately driven here. Cassius into Killalot's claws. The great lance and the drill and the pincer of Killalot, but away, Cassius, and using good speed too. A zero turning circle. How much speed, we asked Rex Garrett. Sufficient was his reply.
Come on, baby.
Keeping his cards very close to his chest. Cassius 2 now bumping against Dundee and trying to shovel it towards Killalot, towards the CPZ. You push an opponent into a CPZ, a corner patrol zone, and that means the house robots can come out to play. Killalot against Dundee. Dundee away, slamming into the wall and bouncing off. There's Rex Garrett and Nick Cutter at the controls of Cassius 2. Good battle this. And Dundee already doing better than Loco did in the last series until then. And falling the same way. Sucked in, flipped up and over and out. And now it's Cassius 2 against the house robots. And this is what we love about Rex Garrett. A smile etched on his face of pure joy as his bot takes on the house robots. Oh, and taking terrible punishment from Shunt, slamming down through the polycarbonate body shell, trying to flip Shunt away, rammed against the arena wall. Cassius 2 already through, of course, because Dundee, a sorry sound.
How come they're getting attacked? Didn't they just say cease? What the hell happened here? Did I just not, did we blink and we just seen Cassius getting wrecked now?
Lost sight in the middle of the arena.
Cassius, cheeky as ever. They're through to round 2.
He must have attacked them. Oh, we missed it.
Where's the victim in the jaws?
It wouldn't go in.
No!
We tried.
You've met Cassius before, haven't you, and Rex and the team?
Yes, we were loco in the last series, and we met Rex, and he beat us then. So we were a bit disappointed, really, when we were drawn against him this time. But if you're going to go out to the best, isn't it?
Well, exactly. It was spectacular, wasn't it?
It was very good.
You two must be very proud. Yeah. Yes?
Good job, boys.
And I'm sure. And that round of applause is for these guys too, isn't it? There you go. All right. You go home happy and I'm pleased. So you two are hoping to go all the way, aren't you? Now, come on.
We want to do well, yes.
Yeah?
We prefer to have some good tussles with the house robots rather than the competitors, I think. But
well, you were in there with Matilda, I have
to
say.
Oh yes, we had a good go.
We had a little bit of hassle. But,
Is it? I know, you only just got away with it, really, didn't you?
You can tell his honesty.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Dundee team, drawn against Cassius again and going out. Next up, Plunderstorm against Thermidor. Hot start.
From Hampshire, Plunderstorm.
The boast is this can go faster than time. Its steel costs £4,000 to build over 500 hours. The rest, well, it's a secret. But with their own entrance theme and their costumes, they were great fun in the last series. Fun they were, and they had their boasts last time around, but against the Sentinel and Matilda, were they frightened? Did they duck out? Did they say, we're going in here for safety?
They're all calling you chickens over there.
We're not chickens, we just wanted to get through to the next round, but most of all, we want to have a go at the house robots. Silence! How dare you! We're back and we're going to stay. More violence. My name is Mike Onslow. This is Ken Burt, and that is Brian Kilburn.
And this is Plunderstorm, and our robot is our weapon. It's got power, it's got blades, and we got attitude.
We got lots and lots of attitude.
From Norwich, Thermidor.
The heaviest in the field with its huge pincers at the front of the lobster-shaped 3mm alloy shell. Cycle helmet and all. Start pedalling, boys, otherwise you could be on your bike.
We're Team Lobster. My name's Dave. This is Eli. This is Ian. This is our robot Thermidor. We've got steel claws on the front, a spike, the wheels of the Metro, and we've got a cutting disc on the rear.
I like it. I'm going for Thermidor. I'm impressed with that one. That one looks really cool.
Sears, stand by.
They're the Plunderstorm team. Mike Onslow, the captain of sculptor and mould making, has his own business. And Thermidor,
3,
with David Harding and Ian Harvey at the controls. So will Plunderstorm live up to their attitude and their boasts? Thermidor, what a great design, the lobster shape. And what problems here again for Plunderstorm right at the start? They seem to have steering problems, design problems. Well, they have attitude. Will Thermidor leave them with a few ats to be chewed up? All those caps and sunglasses and the attitude and boasts all mean nothing here for Plunderstorm because they're not moving. And in come the house robots. Plunderstorm, accused of being chickens last time around. Well, cluck, cluck, boys. You're doing nothing here. In comes Dead Metal. Oh, Mike Onslow, Ken Burton, Brian Kilburn. What's happened to you again here, boys? We expected so much. There's the camera on Killalot as Dead Metal backs away. In comes Matilda. Again, the camera on Killalot recording every grisly detail of the demise of Plunderstorm. Plunderstorm? It's not even a shower. Well, nice. The blows are raining down. Under a hail of blows from Shunt. It's a cloudy future for Plunderstorm, that's for certain.
Put it down.
It's snow joke for them, and the weather forecast is that the Plunderstorm will be swiftly snuffed out, and there will be sunny skies ahead for Thermidor. That's the end of Plunderstorm again.
Cease.
Plunderstorm in the pit. Now Thermidor can get his claws into round 2.
You just can't help but be disappointed on Plunderstorm, man. They talk so much. They got, the right look, blah, blah, blah. But, man, put some, at some point, man, either they're just getting really unlucky or, man, put some more time into the robot because, I don't know, man, they be having some horrible luck, man. Almost a laugh at this point.
had a slight mechanical malfunction.
Because we never had time to try it.
And we got a complete muller in.
Yes.
So somebody's going to have to pay for the next war.
We are the crew and we're here to tell you we're going to bash them. We're going to trash them. In the wars, you know we're going to smash them. The forecast's bad. You better get running.
You're going to be rough. There's a thunderstorm coming.
Next year. And now
Kudos for the song, but I mean, it's like talking big when you've already lost. It makes no sense at this point.
going.
No sense to me.
The Thermidor did good.
Yeah, they did well. We're pleased. Very pleased.
Good. You're still in shock, aren't you? You're round 2 material now in Robot Wars. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Off you go.
Oh, that team, man.
Oh, dear, you've got to give it to the Plunderstorm boys. Great fun. What a shower. Thermidor through. Zeus against Scutter's Revenge next up.
From Wiltshire, Zeus.
From the pantheon of the robot gods comes Zeus with its rear pickaxe and the scoop lifted by a 5-ton airbag mechanism. The body is a semi-wedge, they say.
We're the Team Clean machine. This is our robot Zeus. It's a very powerful machine, capable of lifting a transit van and pushing a Range Rover. We've got airbag on the front, lifting a big shovel, and a good spike on the back.
From Essex, Scutter's Revenge.
Scutter shouldn't splutter, thanks to double 2-horsepower car starter motors from V6 engines. The shell's aluminium, the front bulldozer blade is the weapon.
We're the Scutter's Revenge team. This is Graham, this is Remy, and I'm Darren. This is our robot, Scutter's Revenge. It's basically been built for sheer power and strength. Our main weapons are the flipping blade at the front, that's just for either flipping robots or pushing them away. We've had it pull in a 4-ton truck, so we should be pretty all right for anyone who can come up against us.
Roboteers.
I'm going to go with Scutter's Revenge on this one, boys and girls.
Stand by.
There's the Zeus machine of the Raffle family. Julian, Mark and John. And Scutter's Revenge.
3, 2,
Remy in the middle. 1. Darren Ball at the controls.
Debate.
Well,
steady, slow and not spectacular start. They tell us that Scutter's Revenge has this mighty power. Engines like we've never seen or heard, hardly roaring, more like purring. But nonetheless, shoving Zeus against the arena wall and now pushing it over the arena floor too, towards the grid. Oh, look! The little pickaxe has gone, snapped off on the arena grid and into the pit. Well, that was over very quickly for Zeus. They're out.
The gods weren't with them today. Zeus goes in the pit. Let's hear it for Scutter's Revenge.
Good job.
Well, the damage was done. The spike came off on the arena grill. And then Scutter's Revenge won last heave-ho and Zeus was gone.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, dear.
What a shame, disaster.
Oh, dear.
Oh, the shame of it all.
Oh.
We weren't chickens. We're not like the Plunder boys.
We went without weapons.
We went without weapons.
Yeah.
Without anything working. Yes.
Yeah. We ain't chickens. They took our spike off, but we're not chickens.
You didn't get busy with the fizzy?
Didn't get to use it at all.
God mend it. Sorry, guys. It has to be.
It was all over very quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Is it normally like that with you guys?
Well, it was our big motors.
Yeah, you remember I told you? Extreme power.
Extreme
power.
And that means it's all over in a trice.
Yep.
Yes, I'm afraid
It
so.
can only be a good thing in Robot Wars.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Judgment Day for someone else soon.
Yeah, it certainly will be.
Very nice over in a try. Scutter's Revenge through with Thermidor, Cassius 2 and Pussycat. Now this is how they line up in the heat semi-finals. It's Cassius 2 against Pussycat, Scutter's Revenge drawn against Thermidor, but I'm hearing all is not well in the pits, Philippa. Tell us why.
Breaking news, as you can see, the arena behind me, the audience are just being warmed up, but what we've just found out is that somebody has had to confiscate a transmitter from a member of the audience, which has significant repercussions because it implies that cheating is occurring here on Robot Wars. We will not be happy. Neither will the House Robots. More news as we get it.
And now for the last time this series, it's one of those rambling robots. It's a sprint finish, or maybe not, in the last of our Walker battles.
He who stands up the longest wins, basically. This is Mammoth. Legs made from fence posts. The face is an automatic door opener. The lifting arm is a garden hoe. It took 4.5 weeks to build.
My name's Ian Burrell and this is my teammate Stuart. This is Mammoth the walking robot. He's got 8 legs, removable armour, a 360-degree weapon system, which is guided by an ultrasonic rangefinder at the front.
Oh, shit.
An arachnid began as a 6-legged beetle, was modified, grew 2 more legs, finally ended up with 12 legs. The body shell is top secret.
I'm Mike and this is Mike the driver. An arachnid. Got no weapons, got no armour, but they can't be detected by radar.
Mike Tibbs, one of the characters, obviously, of Robot Wars.
Stand by.
He's a freelance designer. There's Mammoth, though, his opponents, with Stuart and Ian Burrell, brothers. And an arachnid.
3.
Mike is actually godfather to the younger Mike, who's 15, Mike Smith, that is. Slow and steady progress. Mammoth, with the fence post legs, and an arachnid. Don't make any plans for Christmas, boys. You'll still be here.
Oh, this is a good laugh.
When they eventually come to meet, it could come to blows from those spinning arms and the lifting arm on Mammoth, as we've heard. An arachnid doesn't really have any weaponry.
Cute.
Looks great, though. Well, I was going to say scuttling across the arena floor. You know what I mean. Well, they're eventually going to come to...
battle.
To blows, I think. Great work has gone into these robots. Patient work, as you can see. And now an arachnid just levering Mammoth to one side. Oh, look at that! Mammoth on fire! The flame flower that flicked out from Bash has caught Mammoth's woolly hairstyle. After all that build-up, is that a judge's syrup on top? A wig, perhaps, or a barrister? I don't know. Perhaps it's just some piece of carpet, but it's on fire at the moment. And the boys will give themselves a real carpeting afterwards, I should think. Poor old Mammoth's on fire. And arachnid's now being dragged across the arena floor by the House Robots. This is shunt. Oh, well, they spied a spider out there and they're taking it apart now. Oh, that's an incy-wincy Spidey, incy-wincy little bits. And Mammoth, well, it was a woolly mammoth at one stage.
Cease.
Now it's a balding minnow, really. Not a lot left of it, or an arachnid. They can celebrate. Very close, this one. Might even be a tie, you know. There's the burning, smouldering mammoth. Put out of its pain at last. Never really drawn into the web of an arachnid. Very tight.
It was a draw. Both robots were magnificent. I don't understand what on earth the House Robots' problems were.
I think they were made out of paper mache now as well. We had a problem walking.
Did you?
We started with all
We
good
didn't
intentions. No, we sort of had like a lethargic hobble.
Yes, you did. Well, it was true gladiator entertainment, so thank you very much.
Yeah, all
Yeah?
to these guys.
Oh,
they made it
shake hands.
entertaining, well done.
Yeah, oh, mutual congratulations.
Boot-walking, foot-stomping carnage. Nancy Sinatra would have been proud. But now it's back to the rock and roll of the championships.
I told you about the transmitter that had to be confiscated from the audience. We've got it here. Derek, tell me about this. Where did you find it?
Fortunately, the security guards confiscated it off of one of the audience.
Do you think that member of the audience knows any of the robot is, or do you think it's just somebody out to cause trouble?
No, I don't think they ought to cause trouble at all. It's actually a very smart robot.
show it to us.
Oh, and I was worried about cheating. And look, somebody's brought in a little robot for us. It's very sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
But can I just compare it to the size of Killalot here? Don't think it could do that much damage, do you?
Oh, I don't know. Get underneath.
They could get underneath and get into the business.
Spikes.
Yes. Oh, look at those spikes in the units. Just imagine that.
I don't think there was any malice intended at all. So.
No malice intended at all. So we can wrap that case up. God, I was a private investigator for a second there. Oh, well, thank
At least the case is solved. Obviously, it's not expected. You know, you don't want people tampering with the robots and all that shit, messing them up. But, yeah, at least it worked out. They were nice about it.
Agatha Christie mystery hits Robot Wars. This is the semi-final lineup. Cassius 2 against Pussycat. Scudder's Revenge against Thermidor.
Rumours are rife around the pit that if you end up in the pit, on the back, right, on your back, go on,
It would get out.
you would flip yourself
No,
out
not flip.
of the pit.
It would project itself out with that ram straight up in the air and out.
If it goes in
Very
backwards.
spectacular. If it goes in backwards. It has to be backwards.
So
If I goes in
would-
frontwards, we've had it.
Okay.
We are in deep, deep mess.
Wow, this should be a pretty spectacular battle, don't you think?
Definitely going for Cassius versus Pussycat, but to me, right now, this feels like the final match, if that makes sense. That's the one I would have wanted.
Well, there is one of Robot Wars' great innovators, Rex Garrett on the left, and the Pussycat team. Their captain, of course, is Robin Herrick. Promises to be a tremendous battle, this one.
I hope so.
Cassius 2 with the flipper.
2.
There's Pussycat.
Activate.
Go! Roll over to get the diamond saw into play immediately. Against the wedge front of Cassius, but don't forget the flipper lies within that wedge front. That's the back of the Pussycat cherry picker. Cassius won't want to go on the flame pit. Controls, of course, protected by the polycarbonate shell, but could burn out if torched. Great shunting and bashing and barging going on. Pussycat trying to right itself.
There we go.
The Shremek technique brought into Robot but Cassius into the pit backwards.
Cease.
So we'll see. Can they get themselves out, or did it go in sideways? That's the first time we saw the great CO2-powered spike lunging out. Now they went on the drive, misjudged, went into the pit on its side. They won't get out from there. What a shock this is. Cassius 2 have gone.
Shock all round. Cassius 2, my personal favourite, goes out. The winner is Pussycat.
Hey!
Rex. What went wrong?
Well, we went in the pit again. I'm not driving this time. He takes full responsibility.
So you're responsible. I mean, you are probably my favourite robot to win this. I had my money on you guys. And
Well, you lost again.
Well, you've got loads of tricks that the robot can do that we never got to see.
I know, but that was a terrific opponent.
It's a fine robot, isn't it?
It really is.
Cassius was responsible for one of the finest moments on Robot Wars 2. We were expecting fireworks from you this time round, but it never happened.
Well, you got the fireworks out of the pit.
Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, give Cassius 2 a round of applause.
If there was any team that I would be okay with beating Cassius in this series right here, definitely Pussycat right now. I think that bout could have been even better. Definitely a massive misjudgment by Team Cassius here, but you know, it is what it is. It happens, but Pussycat is definitely a very strong opponent.
Well, that is a stunning robot.
Yeah, well, it did the business. We got them in the pit. What can I say?
Do you think you can go on and win it now? You've taken out one of the favourites.
Well, it's a good match. I'm sure there's some other strong competitors out there, but we're ready.
It seems like a very difficult robot to sort of knock over, because it's got wheels everywhere, really.
You can't knock it over.
No?
Whichever way it is, it's running. That was part of the original design. Before we cut any metal, we knew it had to do that.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. This is Pussycat.
Good job.
Hey! It's all over. It's all over. Cassius 2 too soon. Come here. Come on, what happened?
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I wasn't holding any controls. I was just stood there. It was
Did
all...
it with your mind.
It's his fault.
It's my fault, yeah. So
Is it your
I drove
fault?
into the pit backwards, yeah.
Oh, no, mate.
Can I have it in
No, you cannot in writing, no.
I want it in writing. No, he tried his best.
You were a new team. I had high hopes for you because it's a great combination. Will you ever work together again, do you think?
No. Probably not.
And you just didn't go in the pit the right way.
No.
We wanted to see that stunt where you sprang back out.
Well, it would have done, but I mean, that's a pity. And I won't get her to fight any house robots this year. It's really sad.
I know. It's
Oh
just,
dear, oh dear.
it's all over.
All over and done.
But
Well, it's
knowing
not
you,
really his fault.
knowing you, you're going to go and help everyone else with their robots now, aren't you?
Well, that's the usual way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're great. Thank you so much for bringing us Cassius 2. We're only sorry we didn't get to see him to perform more.
Well done.
You performed fantastically well. That robot was springing around all over the place.
Which side do you want to go, left or right?
Yeah, it was a bit shorter
Don't
than
go
we
all
would have
cool on
liked.
me. Don't go all cool on me.
But, you know, it was the result we wanted, as they say.
Yes, it was the result you wanted. You were all too cool.
I think there's nerves inside that you can't see.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can
It's
see the calming
fantastic.
exterior.
You beat Cassius 2. It's fantastic. You're through.
I think the emotion came out during the match.
They're too cool. Just too cool.
Such a shame Rex Garrard and Mick Cutter together with Simon West and Cassius 2. They've gone Pussycat through, and it's Scudder's Revenge against Thermidor up next.
Gonna go with Scudder's Revenge, guys.
That's the Scudder's Revenge team. Remy in the middle, Darren Ball on the right, and there's Thermidor with Ian Harvey, David Harding, and Eli Kirkpatrick. The youngster on the right.
Stand by.
Wants to be a rocket scientist. Well, will they get into orbit off the front shovel of Scudder's Revenge, I wonder? Thermidor with the glaring eyes and the lobster pincers. On the attack, they have a cycle helmet in the front as well, but Scudder's Revenge has that huge front bulldozer blade and plenty of power. The starter motors from 2.9 litre V6 engines. Oh, behave, Scudder's Revenge, says the message on the back. Well, Thermidor wants to get it into its claws and then push towards a CP. Abbott is being pushed towards the pit itself.
Cease.
And the lobster is in the net and caught. And it's Scudder's Revenge who go through.
Thermidor gets thrown into the pot of boiling water. Scudder's Revenge is through to the next round. I wonder what a Scudder is. Let's hear it for Scudder's Revenge.
Oh, behave. Austin Powers fan?
What happened? Apart from the obvious. What happened from your point of view?
We just didn't have enough traction. They beat us.
There's lobster a la pit, which we never expected.
No, but
Never mind.
What an absolute nightmare, isn't it? Has it been big fun?
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's what matters. That's the most important thing. And will we see you again, do you think?
Yeah.
Will you make a bigger, better lobster for us?
Yeah.
OK, we'll look forward to that next time. Thank you very much for Lobster Thermidor. Sadly, lobster a la pit.
Yep.
What was it?
Judgment Day again.
For the lobster.
Yeah, for the lobster.
Red and crispy.
Yeah.
Red and
Just
crispy.
the way we like them.
Yes.
We had lobster and it tasted good.
Yay, OK, well done, guys. Get on with it.
Thank you.
Get on with it. It's not that easy.
Oh, no.
Can be a tough decision since my man Pussycat took away Cassius. I'm gonna go with Pussycat, but Scudder's could be the underdog. Let's see.
Nothing's been easy in this Heat M so far. Ups and downs, twists and turns. Scudder's Revenge through, of course. And now meeting Pussycat in the final. What can happen here? It's been a very eventful heat, this one.
2 more robots off to meet their makers. 2 robotic immortals about to do battle for a place in our series semi-finals.
What day is it, Scudder's Revenge team?
Judgment Day.
Who
again.
for?
For the pussycats.
For the Pussycat. You
Yeah.
reckon
We know.
this robot is mean?
Well, everyone knows the last thing you do every day is you put the cat out. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah, I think they're saying we're going home, but I think they might be catching the next train.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be mean, this fight.
Damn time.
Pussycat progressing quietly and confidently so far, hitting Hammerhead very early on. And then the biggest surprise of all, the knockout blow to Cassius 2. As Rex Garrard's machine went into the pit. That's a huge surprise. Scutter's Revenge beat a Robot Wars god in Zeus. And then from the pits of the Robot Wars, Oceans came Thermidor and into the lobster pot.
Under the sea.
Roboteers, stand by.
Scutter's Revenge from Essex, a confident team. Remy Idris, Darren Ball and Graham Warner, the team captain. And Pussycat, Robin Herrick, David Gribble and Robert Bittington.
Debate.
And there immediately, Pussycat flipping up and over so that they can bring the diamond saw into play. Scutter's Revenge, the main weapon is that powerful scoop on the front. Pussycat turning again to bring the blade in. Is that the same? Is that the same blade? They've put another diamond blade on there. A diamond saw blade. Certainly looks darker than the one we had before. Taking on Scudder. Oh, and it was a different blade. It's shattered. It's a completely different blade. And they could be in trouble here now, Pussycat. Scudder's Revenge on the attack. Look at this. The blade shatters against the arena wall. Wow. And not only could they be in trouble from Scutter's Revenge, but they could be in trouble here with the judges, Pussycat. I didn't know. I don't think any of us knew they changed the blade. And the rules and regulations quite clearly say hardened blades which may shatter are prohibited by Robot Wars. This is naughty now. The Pussycat team have done something they shouldn't have done. Scutter's Revenge are on the attack. They'll want to finish it here and then. We'll wait and see what happens to Pussycat afterwards, but back on the arena floor, it's Pussycat bashing Scutter's Revenge against the arena wall. Using the power there from the 4 wheels, the electric motors, 2 750-watt electric motors. Oh, and look at this shove from Pussycat. This for a place in the series semi-final. And was that a waft of smoke we saw from Scutter's Revenge? Yes!
Oh, yeah.
The engines are smoking. It's burnt out Scutter's Revenge. Immobiliser slam from Pussycat. It's not a well-behaved cat, I can tell you, though. They shouldn't have changed that blade the way they did. Scutter's Revenge immobilised now. Let Matilda in. Well, what an eventful heat this has been, and what an eventful heat final. Now Scutter's Revenge already smoking on the flame pit. Killalot tossing it up and over. The Scutter's Revenge boys know their time is nigh in this heat final. I'm sure, though, someone is going to have words with Pussycat about the change of that blade. On to the big flipper on the arena floor, and that's Scutter's Revenge over and out. A smile, what a heat final. Laced with controversy, this is the way it finished for Scutter's Revenge, over and out. But it's gone to the judges because of the change of blades, and Pussycat didn't realise they couldn't use hardened blades.
We didn't know that they changed the blade.
Right.
So it wasn't hardened to the blade because it shattered, and they're forbidden the rules. So they're discussing whether it's an infringement big enough for disqualification, but we'll let you know when the judge makes a decision.
Okay, thank you
This
very
is
much.
huge. This could be the biggest decision of so far.
Well, it's up to Martin Smith, Noel Sharkey and Adam Harper on the right to make that decision. What a shame it would be for Pussycat. Great team. But look at this. This is where the hardened steel blade shatters. Pieces of that blade could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
It's clearly against the rules. Philippa, you have the decision right now.
As it's a technical contravention, and for health and safety reasons, the judges have had to vote that you be disqualified because the saw shattered, and it was against the rules. And I'm really sorry to have to break that news to you because you have a fantastic robot and you've been a great team, but we'll have to let you go.
We'll have to come back next year.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking. One small wrong decision cost you.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, shattering for them. It means that Scutter's Revenge go through by default, but will they be able to take their place in the semi-finals? Did the motors burn out? Will they be fit to continue? It all ended rather Ignominiously, embarrassingly, can they go on?
For you, it means that Scottish Revenge now is a series semi-finalist. Does that mean that you can actually play an active part in the next fight?
Give us 20 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That quick?
Robot's fine. All it was a battery problem.
You told me Judgment Day was overdue.
No,
Was
it's
postponed.
yeah.
It was postponed.
Yeah.
And it was postponed.
Yeah.
You're still in the game.
Yeah.
So Judgment Day has yet to come.
Yes, it certainly is.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
Cheers.
Well, you can grovel and beg when you're down on all fours, but we'll show no mercy on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Hold up, homies. Oh, my God. Nothing. Okay, so nothing on this one, boys and girls. All right, so I think it's like 3 something here. Let's see, yeah. Let's see if we can get the names again here.
To death. Nash to death.
So there's loads of violence in this heat.
It's lobster.
Right here, boys and girls. Okay, so with that being said, this is the one time that I'm like very understanding of the judge's decision. I know there've been ones that, you know, we've debated about, you know, oh, do you agree with the judge's decision? But on this one, I wholeheartedly agree with that decision because, you know, maybe, you know, they didn't know the rules properly or something like that, but it's almost like one of those things that you need to read the fine print when you're in a competition, you know, on tournaments and stuff like that, especially like it happens in video games. You know, somebody does something that they're not supposed to do. They get basically essentially almost caught cheating, but in their case, they had something that was really dangerous. But with that being said, probably one of the most impressive robots that we have seen, besides Cassius in this heat. Yeah, very impressed the way that went. When it first came out in his first bout against Hammerhead and it flipped down and stuff like that, I was like, oh shit. That's the thing. When they talk about it or it goes by so quickly, it's hard to see and envision properly what a robot can do until they bout. So sometimes I feel it's a little quick, even though before they bout, they talk a little bit about it. You know, for me, I'm one of those guys that seeing is believing. So they can talk all they want, and but I wish I could see it. That's why I'm like always trying to see. You know, when they're circling around, when she's first about to talk to them, I like to try to pay attention to what, you know, because it's hard to make a decision on who's going to be good until they really bout, you know what I mean? But definitely, I would give them the award of probably one of the most impressive looking ones for a long shot. Obviously, we are a huge fan of Cassius. Great team. Rex is awesome. Cool that he combined with, I think they said Chaos 2's team, the other dude. So that was cool. I do think that in some bouts, and you see it constantly, one thing that I liked about Scudder, even though it didn't have the speed, it's actually a blessing for it because, it did have pretty good pushing power. And it's not like it's a robot that if it gets close to the edge, it's going to go in because, it's slower. So that's one of its strengths. I do feel that some of these robots are so damn fast that the ones, that once you slip up and you do a mistake, you're in trouble. Look what happened to Cassie's. Fan favorite. We'll find out from you all when you guys comment, if that robot was one of the ones that you really wanted to win, or were you on, Team Pussycat? Pussycat unfortunately didn't have 9 lives on this one. Thermidor was really cool robot as well with its, its crab-like thing. I thought that was cool. A little under the sea, little mermaid action. I do feel that Plunderstorm, and this is gonna, might upset people, but it's almost like it's too gimmicky. Like yeah, it's cool that they're singing and rapping and doing all that stuff, but like for me, actions are always louder than words, and it just seems constantly they just don't finish. It'll be like the equivalent of you have an MMA fight, and before the fight, they usually have this weigh-in, and they'll be face to face, and you'll have one guy talking so much smack, so much trash, and the other guy's quiet because he knows what he's gonna do when he gets into the ring with that guy, and it's just gonna shut that guy up. And that's, no offense to Plunderstorm, that's what it's like. They talk so big, and yeah, it's cool, and it's nice that they're all into what they're doing, but man, like I almost wish it was more emphasis on the robot. You know what I mean? Like it just malfunction. Who knows? Who it was? Maybe did that interference happen that messed up that robot? I don't know. They didn't clarify that thing, but very cute, small little robot. Definitely really cool. I think out of the robots, still probably the most impressive, Pussycat, Cassius. Thermidor was kind of cool, even though for that slight second when it went against Plunderstorm, that it went up for a second. That was probably going to be its weakness if it went against like Cassius, if they had a matchup. And Scudder's Revenge was pretty cool too. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes their speed is very nice. It's very impressive. Like when they came out the gate, you have Cassius and Pussycat both very fast, but in this instance, man, it just felt like it was so fast that it almost hurt them. But I hope and I pray that they'll be back. As they're probably one of my favorite teams here. And I've always been very impressed with that one. When that one had that first self-riding, oh my God, it still gives you chills. It's like, holy shit. But yeah, I think from a while though, the wow factor, Pussycat, this one takes the cake as far as the wow factor. You can see the disappointment at the end with the team. Now, who did that decision to change that weapon? If like, for me personally, if like the weapon is doing good and it's doing fine throughout the whole thing, why change? If it's not broke, don't fix it. The motto. But yeah, definitely enjoyed this bout. I think it's one of the better heats of Series 3. Of course, I'm never going to forget Hypnodisc. I think that one is just such a memorable performance. And it's like, oh, man, I'm hoping and praying we get more destruction. I want to see more shit breaking. And not because they used the wrong weapon like Pussycat. So hopefully, number one question for you all. Did you enjoy this heat? We're going to continue that journey. That's number one thing. If you enjoyed the heat, let me know which one was your favorite robot out of the bouts. You guys agree with the judge's decision? I just in case I did on this one. Normally I'm always a little skeptical, like, damn, I won't argue it against it, but this is one that I agreed with. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. It's always a blast checking it out. We'll see you next time. Peace and love, everybody. Be safe, be well. See you next time. Peace.